I'm gonna give it to you straight, no bullshit. To get jacked and lean, you're basically not eating out anymore. Forget about that. No eating at least 2 hours before going to sleep. You're gonna have to track your calories to make sure that you are in a deficit. Don't go more than 500. You're gonna be eating very bland, very not tasty, disgusting food for a few months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever it takes to lose the body fat. You're gonna have to be extremely selective with what you're eating and extremely precise in the beginning to lose fat. You're gonna need to be working out at the gym 3 to 4 times a week, hitting all your muscle groups. You're gonna need to eat a gram of protein per pound of body weight at least, especially in the beginning, because you're going to be losing body fat in a caloric deficit, and if you don't keep protein high, then you're going to lose muscle and you're just going to look sick. Get used to suffering a lot. You suffer in the gym, you suffer throughout the entire day eating the shittiest food. Know why you're doing it, because it's going to get really, really fucking difficult. And if you don't know why you're doing it, you're going to stop. You have to really, really want it. Like, this is something that's going to take, depending on where you're at, a year to a year and a half of absolute dedication. You're going to have to learn to be disciplined enough to not snack even slightly, like at all in the beginning. First 3, 4, 5 months, no snacking. No drinking alcohol. What else? You're going to have to monitor your weight on the scale, but, from my experience and from what I went through, I was stuck at 150 pounds for, 3 months. I didn't think anything was happening, but I just kept going. And what was actually happening was recomp. So I was losing body fat and building muscle at the same time, which is why the scale wasn't moving. And if I listened to the scale, I would have stopped and I wouldn't have reached my goal. Persistence is key. Keep going every day, every single day. Go, just go. There's no thinking. Go. You don't have the perfect workout, it doesn't matter. Go. You don't have the perfect diet, it doesn't matter. Go, just go. It's action. There's nothing to think about. You don't need the perfect workout. You don't need any of that. You need consistency and you need persistence. 2 key factors. What else? You're going to be drinking lots of water. 5 bottles of water is pretty spot on. You're going to be, if you drink coffee, you're going to be limiting your coffee intake because there's an enormous amount of calories in coffee when you put cream and sugar in it. Unless you drink black coffee, in that case you don't have to worry about it. What else? If you have a full-time job, you basically have to quit that. You're not going to have time for it. There's no time. In the beginning, you need an enormous amount of time of dedication. Lucky for me, I get money from the government. Lucky, yeah, sure. So I've been working, and for the last 10 months, I've been dedicating every single minute to this mission. And if you have kids or a wife, or a husband, forget about them. You're not going to have time for them. What else? Sleep. You got to get 8 hours of sleep. If you're not getting 8 hours of sleep, you're not going to lose body fat. Simple as that. So if you have a job that you have to wake up for, you better go to sleep, I don't know, at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., so you can wake up and go to the gym, unless you're going to have energy to go to the gym after work, which I don't think you will. So it's best to do it in the morning, so get used to doing that. Getting up at 4 in the morning, you're going to have to be doing that. What else? There's a bloating factor, and once you start getting down to, you know, close to single digit body fat, like 10% or whatever, you're going to start noticing that like bloating is a kind of a big issue. If you're like wanting to look lean and feel lean, the bloating comes from sugar, refined sugar. So naturally, as you progress through this, you're gonna start limiting your sugar intake, because it just bloats you and makes you feel gross. What else? I guess that's it for now. So, I mean, anybody can do this. It's just a matter of hating everything and suffering a whole bunch, and persisting through all the insane bullshit and all the awfulness. There you go.